On the 26th of June 2009, Cristiano Ronaldo signed for Real Madrid. He was already one of the best players in the world, but what he was about to produce over the next 9 years was something nobody genuinely believed was possible. 438 appearances, 450 goals, 16 major trophies, 4 Ballon d'Or, and all of it achieved while Lionel Messi and Pep Guardiola's Barcelona were arguably at the greatest peak of any club side in football history. This is a story that should not have been possible, but it happened anyway. His unveiling ceremony at the Santiago Bernabéu was attended by more supporters than any other signing presentation in the history of football. 80,000 fans packed into the stadium.
Moves inside Ronaldo! Absolutely brilliant.
Ronaldo stood in front of them and said the words that set the tone for everything that followed. "I have made my childhood dream a reality." At that point, he was not yet CR7. He started his Real Madrid career wearing the number 9 shirt. His transfer fee of around £80 million was the highest ever paid for a footballer at that time. His wages across the 6-year contract totaled more than £100 million on top. Pep Guardiola's Barcelona were not just good. They were arguably the most dominant club side ever assembled. Xavi and Andres Iniesta controlling the midfield, a possession-based style that suffocated every opponent, and Lionel Messi, just about to win his first Ballon d'Or, leading the attack. He started his Real Madrid career in the best possible way. He scored on his debut against Deportivo La Coruña. He scored 5 goals in his first 4 La Liga matches, the first Real Madrid player ever to achieve that feat. He also scored in both of his first 2 Champions League games. But then an ankle injury on international duty kept him out for the next 6 league matches. He returned for his first El Clasico, could only last 65 minutes. Madrid lost 1-0. Form was inconsistent through the winter months, scoring twice in December, twice in January, before he found his best level in February and caught fire for the remainder of the season. But those blank performances against Barcelona proved costly. Barcelona completed the league double over Madrid, and Real finished the season on 96 points, 3 behind their rivals from Catalonia. The cup campaigns were equally disappointing. Madrid went out of the Champions League in the last 16 against Lyon and suffered one of the most embarrassing results in the club's recent history, a 4-0 Copa del Rey defeat against lower league Alcorcón. In that injury-disrupted first season, Ronaldo scored 26 La Liga goals, 1 fewer than Gonzalo Higuaín. His total across all competitions was 33. Messi had finished the season with 47. As a start, it was solid, but far below the standards Ronaldo had set for himself. The summer of 2010 brought more frustration. At the World Cup, Ronaldo scored just 1 goal against North Korea, and Portugal were eliminated in the round of 16 by Spain. But that same summer brought an important change. Spanish legend Raúl left Real Madrid, leaving the number 7 shirt vacant. CR7 was reborn. And alongside that, Manuel Pellegrini was replaced as head coach by José Mourinho, the special one, who had just won the Champions League with Inter Milan, defeating Barcelona along the way. Mourinho arrived at Real Madrid with 1 goal in mind: end the Guardiola era. With Ronaldo at his side, things were about to change dramatically. Mourinho's first season started slowly for Ronaldo. Just 1 goal in his first 5 La Liga games. Then he caught fire. 10 goals in 4 matches. 4 goals in a single game against Racing Santander. A hat-trick against Athletic Bilbao in what was Real Madrid's best ever start to a league season. Then came the night that defined the entire era. Camp Nou. Real Madrid 0, Barcelona 5. Humiliated in their rival stadium in a performance that included a 22-pass build-up goal. It was one of 4 league defeats that season. But the season produced one of the most memorable spells in football history. 4 El Clasicos in just 18 days, with trophies at stake in all 3 competitions. In the Copa del Rey final against Barcelona, Ronaldo rose highest in extra time and headed home the only goal of the game. Ronaldo's first club trophy in white. We are very happy. Madrid had not won this trophy in many years. But just days later, they faced Barcelona again, this time in the Champions League semi-final. Real Madrid lost 2-0 at home and were eliminated. Barcelona went on to win the trophy. Barcelona also lifted the La Liga title, and Messi won his third Ballon d'Or. The personal score read 3-1 in Messi's favor, but Ronaldo did set one landmark that season that nobody had achieved before, becoming the first player in La Liga history to score more than 40 league goals in a single season. The 2011-12 season is where the Ronaldo era at Real Madrid truly hits its peak. He opened the campaign with a hat trick against Rayo Vallecano. After a defeat to Levante in September, their only league loss until December, Madrid went on an extraordinary unbeaten run that took them to the top of the table. Mourinho had found a way to neutralize Guardiola's tiki-taka. At Camp Nou, Real Madrid controlled Barcelona. Ronaldo scored the goal that effectively sealed the league title. Final points tally? 100, a new La Liga record. Final personal tally, 46 goals in the league, 60 goals across all competitions. His 100th Real Madrid goal arrived that season too. For the first time, Ronaldo had truly outperformed Messi, but then Messi turned in what many consider the greatest individual season in football history, 73 goals, and won another Ballon d'Or. The rivalry was all anyone could talk about, but to Ronaldo, the league title had been won. Now he needed the Champions League. After a promising Euro 2012, 3 goals, named in the team of the tournament, Ronaldo returned to Madrid for the 2012-13 season. It started poorly. Madrid won just one of their first 4 matches. Something was clearly wrong. Ronaldo himself seemed unsettled. He failed to celebrate when scoring twice in that early win, a public signal that everything was not right at the club. Despite scoring 55 goals across all competitions that season, including 12 in the Champions League, Real finished far behind Barcelona in the title race and were again eliminated at the semi-final stage in Europe. His relationship with Mourinho was fraying. The manager was pushing Ronaldo to do more defensive work. Ronaldo felt he was not being treated with the respect he deserved. Reports of tension between the two were becoming impossible to ignore. At the end of the season, Mourinho parted ways with the club, but later reflected, coaching him was the highlight of my career. He's the most professional player I've ever met. Whatever the difficulties, they respected each other deeply. Carlo Ancelotti arrived as the man to replace Mourinho, and his objective was immediately clear. As soon as I arrived, he said, it was the only thing that people would talk about. Ancelotti changed the way Ronaldo played, asking him to do less dribbling, simplify his link-up play, and instead focus on getting into the right positions to finish chances close to goal. He also brought Gareth Bale from Tottenham Hotspur to complete one of the most devastating attacking trios in football history: Bale, Benzema, Cristiano. In the 2013-14 season, Ronaldo scored 17 La Liga goals before the end of November. And on the international stage, he delivered one of the great individual performances in World Cup qualifying history, scoring a hat trick in the second leg against Sweden to drag Portugal to the tournament. Real Madrid finished third in La Liga that season, behind Barcelona and surprise champions Atletico Madrid. But in the Cup and in Europe, they were unstoppable. In the Champions League group stage, Ronaldo scored 9 goals, hat trick against Galatasaray, 4 goals against Schalke in the last 16, 2 more against Borussia Dortmund in the quarterfinals, then 4 goals across 2 legs in the semis. The final was a Madrid derby, Real versus Atletico, the first time in Champions League history that 2 clubs from the same city had contested the final. Real were losing 1-0. Sergio Ramos rose to head home a corner in the final seconds. Real Madrid scored 3 more. Ronaldo sealed it with the 4th, converting a penalty in the dying minutes. La Décima was won, and Ronaldo became the first player in football history to score in 2 Champions League finals for 2 different winning clubs. His goal tally that season? 51. Messi managed 41. For the first time, Ronaldo claimed the European Golden Boot. He carried that form directly into the following season. At one point in 2014-15, he scored 13 goals in just 5 matches. By the end of December, he had 25 La Liga goals to his name. That form won him his 3rd Ballon d'Or. He scored 5 goals in a single La Liga game against Granada, produced 3 hat tricks in the final 4 games of the season in an attempt to drag Real over the title line. His final tally? 61 goals in all competitions, 48 in La Liga alone. But Real Madrid finished just 2 points behind Barcelona. It was not enough. The following season brought Rafa Benitez as manager, a short and turbulent chapter that ended in December when Real slumped to 3rd in the league and Benitez was dismissed after failing to beat Valencia. The one lasting legacy of that period was significant. When Ronaldo scored 5 goals against Espanyol, he became Real Madrid's all-time leading scorer in official matches. Into that managerial vacancy stepped Zinedine Zidane, and with Ronaldo about to enter the best form of his career, the stage was set for the greatest era in modern European football. Under Zidane, Real Madrid's Champions League campaign of 2015-16 was built around one man. Hat tricks against Shakhtar Donetsk and Wolfsburg, 4 goals against Malmo in the group stage, goals in every knockout round. The final against Atletico Madrid again, finished 1-1 after 90 minutes. Penalties. When Juan Fran missed for Atletico, there was only one player who was going to take the decisive final kick. Ronaldo stepped up, scored. Real Madrid were European champions again, and that goal made him the highest scorer in Champions League history at that point in time. That summer brought the moment Ronaldo had craved most for Portugal, Euro 2016. France as hosts, Portugal as massive underdogs. They drew their first 2 group games against Iceland and Austria. Against Hungary, they were heading for elimination before Ronaldo scored twice to rescue a 3-3 draw and squeeze them into the last 16. From there, the Portuguese machine ground its way forward, past Croatia in extra time, past Poland on penalties, past Wales 2-0 in the semifinal, Ronaldo scoring the opener. Then, the final against France. Ronaldo was forced off through injury inside the first half. He spent the remainder of the match on the touchline, limping, demanding the ball, gesturing, coaching the players himself. Portugal held on and won 1-0 in extra time. His home island of Madeira named an airport after him. He won the inaugural FIFA Best Award later that year, and then claimed his 4th Ballon d'Or, leaving the overall tally at 5 for Messi, 4 for Ronaldo. The 2016-17 season was perhaps Ronaldo's most complete campaign at Real Madrid. Real won La Liga for the first time since 2012. Ronaldo contributed 25 goals in the league, but it was the Champions League where he reached new heights entirely. Quarter-final against Bayern Munich, 2 goals in the first leg, 1 in the second, then 2 more in extra time to complete a hat trick. 4 goals across 2 legs. Bayern eliminated. Semi-final against Atletico Madrid, another hat trick, his 7th in the Champions League. Final against Juventus, Ronaldo scored first. His run, his finish, his composure. 3 Champions League titles with Real Madrid, 5 across his career. At that point, no other player in history had ever lifted 5. Later that year, he received his 5th Ballon d'Or, 5 for Ronaldo, 5 for Messi. The greatest rivalry in football history had drawn level. The final chapter of Ronaldo's time at Real Madrid was the 2017-18 season. Real struggled badly in La Liga, losing 6 times, finishing 3rd. And Ronaldo's relationship with the club hierarchy was deteriorating. He felt undervalued. He felt that unlike Barcelona with Messi or PSG with Neymar, Real Madrid no longer protected him or celebrated him the way they once had. A tax dispute with the Spanish government caused him enormous personal stress, and the support he received from the club during that period fell well short of what he expected. Despite all of that, in the Champions League, he was once again untouchable. 9 goals in the group stage, 3 against PSG in the last 16, 3 against Juventus in the quarterfinal, including the greatest goal of his career. Real beat Bayern Munich in the semifinals. They beat Liverpool in the final. Ronaldo's 4th Champions League with Real Madrid, his 5th overall, and still the only player in history to have won it 5 times. But it was over. Florentino Perez reportedly indicated that if a club offered 100 million euros, Ronaldo would be allowed to leave. Juventus made that offer. Ronaldo was drawn to Italy. He said at the time, "You may have reached 2 finals. With me, they could win the Champions League. With Zidane also departing, Ronaldo felt the club was changing around him. He wanted to leave on a high, while still close to his peak, so that his legacy would be remembered the right way. 9 years finished. That summer, he signed for Juventus, and on the way, at the 2018 World Cup, he scored a hat-trick against Spain, becoming the oldest player in history at that time to score a hat-trick at a World Cup. Still performing, still breaking records, still completely, almost impossibly extraordinary. 438 appearances, 450 goals, 4 Ballon d'Ors, 4 Champions League titles with the club, 1 league title under Mourinho, 1 under Zidane, 16 major trophies in total. Cristiano Ronaldo is the greatest player in the history of Real Madrid, and the case that he is the greatest to have ever played the game has never been stronger.